What's up everybody, Chains of Villainy here, and today we'll be reviewing the high-grade 1/100th Tallgeese III. The only Tallgeese that's yet to get its Master Grade incarnation. So let's jump straight into this kit. Immediate looking to the side of the box, you'll see it will only cost you about 2,500 yen. I think it's around like 30, maybe 40 bucks here. I'm not really that smart on yen and dollar, but I bought my kit from Hobbytown, USA for $41, so it's not that bad of a price for a 100th kit. And as you can see, Bandai selling you stuff, some story, and they also show you that you have optional parts to make into the Tallgeese 1 or 2. They didn't release 100 kits at the time, so good to see that you could possibly turn this kit into the previous incarnations of the Tallgeese. However, keep in mind that if you want all three of them, you'll have to buy 2 other kits. The opposite side of the box also shows off more shots of a professionally painted kit, almost said keys, and a painted up Miliardo Peacecraft. More story, and details about the Tallgeese III in Japanese. And of course, looking at the cover art, it looks pretty snazzy, showing off Tallgeese III being a pretty mobile suit. I guess you could say the same about Zex. Yes, you see I have the parts all sprawled out there, so before we put them all together, let's see how the individual parts stack up. As you can see, this is the chest unit of the Tallgeese III. And you can see that they give you some nice detail on the back of the kit, where it looks like to be an escape hatch. Not bad. You get decals on this kit, but they do not like to stay on. So painting this is definitely a better option. I just got a little lazy here, but I spray painted this kit on the runner, so I guess some things I could have been a little more adamant about painting, but I digress. Great detail. You see you get the chest vents, have some texture on there. You have the grenade launchers. They also have textures on them. Very nice. So yeah, you have some lining opportunities to turn that sort of thing. For the face, you have seals here. You also have a seal on the chest. These actually stay on pretty well, unlike the side. This kit, this part of the crest is molded in yellow, but I spray painted it as well. As for the head, side-to-side motion, it can go 360. It can go up that much, and it can go down that much. So you can, like, glare down at the Serpent Customs as he's killing them by the tons. Well, along with Heavy Arms and the other guys, but there is a seal also inside the eye. You can't really tell, but there's a little green one that goes in there. So yeah, it's not a very bad chest unit. After it gets painted, the details they really pop out. You'll be happy to know that the chest and the vents are not on like 1/144 scale. They're not seals, so very nice. So let's move on to the waist. Setting that aside, you get a very nice looking waist. Has the back thrusters. You'll have to add some black paint there if you want to be 100% accurate, but it looks good nonetheless. This part's molded in blue, and it's 2 pieces, and the cod piece is molded in white, and this is molded in blue, but of course, like I said, I painted mine. You get, I guess this is the fuel attachment if you want. Never understood what the meaning of this piece was, but lining opportunities here as well. So it's really solid. Not bad for its quality at the time. I'll set that aside, and instead of going to the arms, we're going to go with the legs. Not bad. They stand pretty crappy by themselves. So hopefully, once this guy gets put together, he may have some better standability there, for lack of a better term. The legs. The knees bend almost 90 degrees. The feet Can go down that much. Can go up that much. They don't really swivel side to side that much, but you can adjust the yaw of it, I guess you want to call that. So, it's alright, standard 90s quality. What can you expect? Still sturdy. Of course, no inner frame in this kit whatsoever, but you do get a nice exposed knee part if you want to paint it metallic silver, but lazy spray painted it white too. Moving on to the left arm. I think we'll go with the gun first. It's the most noticeable part. It does detach on a poly cap, so it's a separate unit by itself, but for laziness sake, I'll review it right here. I spray painted mine metallic silver, so it really does pop out once light catches it. This part can open up, but one drawback from me spray painting it, I cannot for the life of me really open it up that much, but it does open up on a sliding track. The barrel does extend out. It would look better if I hadn't spray painted it, I guess, or hand painted it would have been better. But yeah, that does expand out, and these do slide up, keeping true with the show. For posability, moving that thruster up, you'll see that the thruster is on its own little swivel joint there that is connected by a poly cap. The shoulder can move up, well, thruster, and the thruster has a wing that pops out. And a neat little feature here, the other door opens once you open one of the other doors by having the thrusters pop out. Not a bad touch, Bandai. Popping that back down, let's get into the arm. It'll move down that much. Of course, you see the hand's also got a 3 trigger finger split, but I can show you better on the other arm. Grasp that. So yeah, let's move on to the other arm with that has the shield. That'll give you a better idea of mobility. So the elbow joint goes that far. And of course, 3 trigger finger split, but the way I painted my kit assembled it, I just got it where it'll just go back and forth all together. Tallgeese doesn't really hold any trigger weapons, so. But yeah, not much in the range of motion, but I guess enough to get the job done. Popping off the shield for now. The joints do go up and down this much. Though fiddling with it too much, the shoulder parts will come loose very easily. They have very shallow channels. They don't have an entire line where you can just slide it in there, so it's a bit wiggly. Mess with it too much, it'll pop off. But yeah, the thrusters though are just really what I'm most impressed with on the shoulders. They can also spin around too. Do all sorts of crazy stuff with them. But yeah, the shoulders for the real winners here are the thrusters, and of course they also have some great lining opportunities in there too. Of course, I don't kind of line my kits. Insert Gunpla fanboy rage there for those who think lining makes everything look good, but it's up to the modeler. There is no swiveling joint up here. There's actually a square peg in here that the upper forearm attaches to, so the only swiveling you'll get is down here. So yeah, stereotypical 90s high grade. So let's move on to the shield. I really like the heat rod part of it. It's all individually. Yeah, it's all individual. It's so you can curl it up, straighten it out. Completely up to you what you want to do with it. Either way, it comes off looking very nice. It's molded in gray, so you will have to paint it, so that's why I nuked it with white spray paint. But it's a very nice piece. Now it plugs into a poly cap in the shield, but you have to turn it inwards, pop it out, And you also have the retracted form of the heat rod. So just plug it in there, and you're done. Moving to the inside of it, not really a lot to say about it. I mean, it does got a nicely textured, yeah, it's really nicely textured handle there, but inside's really bland. You do get a beam saber rack though with the handle, which is pretty cool. The beam sabers do slide out, but this piece is in the way, but they do slide out all the way, and they also have pink clear beams. I actually prefer these over my Master Grade RX-78s. I don't know, I like the color of them better. They're a little fainter, so less of a anime feel to it, I guess. I also spray painted the shield metallic silver. It's molded in gray. It's on the same tree as this part, hence why I got nuked with the paint, but I actually like it this way better. It's got a more shield feel to it. Like, it can actually take a few hits, and it's not all fancy looking. You will have to paint this part, the lining part on there, because Bandai gives you some crappy seals for it, so to hell with that. But yeah, if you're into painting, something that's easily fixed, but to the average lazy modeler that doesn't paint themselves, which I used to be until I started spray painting my kits, there's really nothing you can do with it. It's just going to be fugly. Which, something of note, the feet are also gray, so you'll have to paint those. But yeah, you will also have to paint this part, I believe, too, because it's on the same tree. But yeah, there's also some nice lining opportunity on there too after painting that. A lot of raised surfaces. I mean, check that out. Looks like a Battlestar Galactica ship. Alright, so you've seen all the parts. Now it's time for scooting these out of the way and show you the optional parts as well. Can't leave those out. Here you have an extra runner. Tilting here for my camera. And you'll have the Dober gun and the top of Tallgeese I's, I don't know what it's called, but I guess we'll call it a crest. Nah, that's what I call it the other ones. But yeah, you get a Dober gun, and its construction is pretty simple, and its attachment to the shoulder. So yeah, pretty nice. I'll probably put this together and have Tallgeese hold it anyways. Why not? They give you the extras. You guys will somewhat use some of them. And here I have a partially constructed Tallgeese 1 head. But yeah, polycap will plug in there, so it'll be the same range of motion for the Tallgeese 1 and 2 heads. So nice on that. You get the shield inside of it, Tallgeese 2's head, and 2 extra shoulders. Now, given that they don't give you an entirely new chest unit like they do with the Tallgeese III 1/144 scale kit, where you'd only have to buy 2 of them to make 1 and 2. Well, actually, no, I guess you still have to buy 3 because they don't give a waist unit in the third one on the 1/144 scale. But yeah, I find it kind of puzzling that they give you the same shoulders twice in this kit. Details, well, they're there. Though I never did get what was with the little bird that's in there. I don't remember it being in the anime, but it's been a while since I've watched it. But it's not that they give you the option to make it into Tallgeese 1 or 2. That adds some extra play options in there, in my opinion. So let's put this bad boy together. Well, as you can see, he's been all put together. So let's get a good 360 look at him. He does not look bad at all altogether. He looks very nice. However, he is leaning a bit from his hip not hips, pardon me, the knees. I guess because back in the day, the knees were kind of weak. But the weight of the thrusters is enough for this guy to keel backwards a bit, I guess, because, you know, no inner frame back in 1997 when this guy was released around the time of the movie. But get this sticker here in place. All in all, he looks pretty damn good. So yeah, definitely spray painting this guy at least will make him shine, especially with this metallic. But I guess now would be a great time to check out that waist articulation. So, part dropped off. With the armor on, it can go that far. Not bad. I don't imagine him doing any goofy 360 poses anyways. But, yes, and we can now see how the legs kick out too. Well, not really that far. They kick out that far, but look at that. That's pretty decent back for a high grade, swinging out that much. So yeah, definitely, this guy's definitely good for flying poses. So if you have an action base, he's definitely suited for that. In fact, I recommend putting him on an action base because with those opening thrusters, he'll look very, very nice. So, final thoughts on this kit. I have nothing but good things to say about it. Its only major flaw is the shoulder pieces that can pop off, but if you glue those on, then it's an easily solved problem. Again, and with the painting issues, I'm pretty sure anyone that's been in the Gunpla has painted some parts at least a couple of times, so it's easy fix. Oh yeah, I did mention the clear beam sabers are very nice on this kit, and they're nice and thick and sturdy too. So definitely one of the better beam sabers in any Bandai kit I've ever seen. And with the play options, this guy is I'm sold. I bought this guy at Hobby Town USA for $41. You can find him on eBay for $32 to $40. I wouldn't pay over that. So for being a cheap 1/100th kit, this guy is get this guy. Unless you're into master grades and are waiting for a Tallgeese III master grade, you might be waiting a long time. I mean, given that they're going through Endless Waltz stuff now, but who knows? We'll probably get to it. It's Bandai. You never know with them. We didn't think we would get another master grade new Gundam, but we did. Still waiting for that Verkos Sazabi, but they announced an SD instead, so it's Bandai. Who knows? So, final thoughts. This guy is worth it, but if you do want to wait for a master grade, then by all means, you know, wait for that. It'll be a lot better quality than this. But for the time being, this guy is definitely worth picking up for its price point. So, with that being said, this guy gets a perfect 10 out of 10 in my book. So, just for fun, let's do some size comparison. Because he is a decent size. Compare him to F91, which actually is somewhat standard Gundam size for Wing. Could be wrong. Not very bad. And compared to a UC mobile suit, Char's Gelgoog, which dwarfs him and compares him, but beats him in firepower. So yeah, decent sized mobile suit. So, fun aside, this is Chains of Villainy signing off. See you in the next review. Dude, I do not see you getting a master grade anytime soon. Well, if they do, they better not make me an online exclusive.